welcome to this video. Now today I'm going to be taking a look at this album. It is the second album by the Kinks called Kinda Kinks. So yeah, today I'll just be doing my usual thing, giving a bit of background information about the record, then showing you my vinyl copy, and then looking at each of the album songs in detail. This review was requested by a user called Mellow Yellow Submarine, so thank you very much for requesting this. So this was, like I said, the Kinks' second studio album, released on the 5th of March in 1965. The making of this record was a very, very quick process. Apparently, in total, it took only 2 weeks, from recording the album, to actually getting it released. Sort of recorded it basically when they had a little bit of time off from their touring commitments. So didn't really have a lot of time to really consider the artistic merits of this record. And subsequently the band did express feelings of dissatisfaction with the final mixes. And apparently Ray Davies even at the time before the record came out wanted to try and redo some of the songs. However that was rejected by the record company. He wanted another Kinks album out as soon as possible. As soon as possible. I mean it had only been about 6 months since the last one. Anyway, commercially it did perform quite well, reaching number 3 on the UK charts, but critically it's never really been seen as one of the Kinks' best albums here. But many were starting to notice the development and progression of Ray Davies' songwriting. So I won't show you my vinyl copy. This is just a quite a basic reissue of it. All original Kinks albums from the 60s and do go for a lot of money. So reissues are really the only sort of sensible way to go. If you don't want to break the bank. So that's the cover off it there. I really like this cover, the band shot. They're just so cool, in sort of the mod gear and that sort of nice clean cut suits and stuff. Says about the chat listing, and it's just in a plain sleeve this year, nothing too special. But like most of the Kinks records, it's on red vinyl, these recent reissues. I believe this is from 2015. So yeah, that's the record looked at. So I'll now go over each of the album songs. I'll score each track out of 10 and then use those scores to give us a overall percentage marking for the album. So it opens up with a song called Look For Me Baby, which is a slightly average song to start here. It's got a sort of slightly unconventional rhythm to it. Reminds me a little bit of the Beatles song Ticket to Ride, where I'd just come out around about this point. But it is kind of the production lets this song down a little bit. It's a little bit rushed this song, especially on the backing vocals. So yeah, not a bad track there, just not a brilliant one to kick off the album with. I got my feet on the ground and I'm standing on my own. The next number is pretty good. It's called Got My Feet on the Ground, which is a more sort of bouncy rocking track sung by Dave Davies, who I think also co-wrote this song. Lyrically, it's just about being independent and sort of not needing to rely on someone. Dave sings this song really well, sings it with a lot of power and passion. So yeah, that's a good track there. A 7 out of 10 for that one. There's nothing in this world to stop me worrying about that girl. But our third track though is really something quite different. It's called Nothing in the World Can Stop Me Worrying About That Girl, which this is a very much more sort of tender acoustic number, with this kind of sort of bluesy sort of folk sort of vibe to it. Ray Davies sings this one, and it's got a very sort of nice sort of vulnerable vocal performance, and kind of sort of the folky nature of this song was quite ahead of their contemporaries, probably most notably the Beatles, who would do this sort of style of song on their record Rubber Soul a few months later. So keep on And the next one is one of the first covers on the album, and it's possibly my least favourite. It's a song called Naggin' Woman, which is a sort of an old bluesy song written by a guy called Jimmy Anderson. Once again, Dave Davies sings this track. He actually does get quite a lot of lead vocals on this record, and I mean it's a pretty basic blues tune. There's nothing much to it. The band they just do an average job on it. So yeah, I give it a 5 out of 10 for that one. I wonder where my baby is tonight. And the next one is really, really good. It's called Wonder Where My Baby Is Tonight, which is another song which like Dave like takes like the lead vocals on. Like this is like a kind of piano like driven track, which has a really sort of like nice like pace to it. Like I do quite like sort of like the chorus bit like as well, like where like it kind of like slows down like a little bit. Like I mean Dave's vocal like it is like a little bit rough. Like I've centered this as maybe just like a 1 or 2 takes like sort of job like this track here, but like there's a lot of like power like in it like once again, and like yeah like overall pretty good tune there.
So tired of waiting,
And then the first side closes off with one of Kinks' biggest hits, a song called Tired of Waiting for You, which yeah was like sort of like the classic single like from this album here, released in the January of 1965. Like it's a more sort of like tender, like more sort of like melancholic song like compared to like the last 2 singles like You Really Got Me and All Day and All of the Night. I think once again like Ray Davies does a great vocal on it, but like interestingly enough like they actually use a session drummer like on this song, like Mick Avoy. Like I'm not sure why like he's like not like on this song, but like a guy called Bobby Graham like actually like plays drums like on this. And like as I said like was like the big single from this record, hit #1 on the UK charts and like #6 like in like America, like their biggest like the biggest chart hit like there as well. So we kick off side 2 with the second cover on the album. It's a song Dancing in the Street, like so like the classic like Martha Reeves and the Vandellas like song. I mean like a lot of people seem to really hate like the Kinks version of it, but I actually do quite like it. I think like Ray's vocal like is pretty solid, like it is just like a great song like which sort of like suits like their sort of style. However the production like of the song like is like a little bit patchy, like what does like kind of like prevent me like from giving it like a higher score, but I actually really like this one.
Don't you ever change now.
And then we get another really good song called Don't Ever Change, which is another really nice like little like love song here, like about like sort of like loving a girl for sort of like who she is and like not wishing that like she would like change her like that. I mean it's got a really great like melody, like almost like sort of like Beatlesque like this song here, like it's very sort of like Lennon McCartney sort of styled. The performance like is like really good, like Ray Davies vocal once again, and really fantastic stuff. So yeah, I would give this song an 8 out of 10.
Come on now, while we still.
And the next one is a song called Come On Now, which is a more sort of like rocking track, like this one tackled by Dave Davies, like who like his vocals like are like sort of like beginning to sort of dominate this album, like especially like on like the more sort of like upbeat like rocking songs here. I mean it's quite a basic song like lyrically, like I mean like it's quite short like as well, like about like 2 minutes long, like yeah like it has like sort of like slightly cheesy like backing vocals to it like as well. So yeah, like not a bad song there. We'll give it a 6 out of 10.
So I'm better by myself. So
And the next one is a track called So Long, which is a quiet like acoustic piece here. Like this one's is maybe like a little bit sort of like demo-y like this track here, like almost like not like fully developed, but it is a really nice sort of like sketch like off like a song. Like again, like Ray like showing like a more sort of like sensitive like side to like his songwriting like on this track.
I'm in love, and you shouldn't be sad.
And the penultimate one is called You Shouldn't Be Sad, which is a more forgettable track. This has got a slightly sort of like generic like arrangement to it. Like I mean like it's like a okay song, like sort of like energetically like performed like by like the band again like with like solid solid like sort of like backing vocals like on it, but like just like as like a song a little bit like forgettable there.
They said this was a last dance.
But then we close with one of my favourites like on the record, a song called Something Better Beginning, which is a more sort of like softer ballad here. Like it's got like a really nice like guitar sound, like again like quite sort of like tender sort of like quite soft like vocals like from like Ray Davies, and like just about sort of like flirting like and like dancing like with like a girl sort of like dreaming like off like their future, and like yeah just like a really nice song like to finish the record like with, I think.
Is this
Okay, so overall this album would score 73%, so I would say this is actually a really, really solid like second album, which definitely does show like a lot of like progression like from like their debut, like mostly like in like the songwriting department, like where like the first record like was mostly covers, like with like one or two like originals. This one like is like pretty much like all originals like except two covers, like so very much I saw like an opposite like off like the pattern like for the first record. However, like a lot of second albums, it maybe does like suffer like from being like rushed like a little bit too quickly. Also like some like slightly poor poor production like on it like as well. But still a like impressive amount like of like original compositions like on here. Like compared to like second albums like by like their like contemporaries like such as like the Beatles like and like the Rolling Stones, like this definitely really shows like how like Ray Davies like as like a songwriter like was really like progressing like at like quite like a fast rate. And like overall again like their discography, like I think this is like a really like underrated like record here. Like it's not one which I ever hear people like really talking about. Like most people say like the Kinks started to get really good like on like say like the third record like the King Controversy like or like maybe like Face to Face, like whereas I think like this is like also like a really like worthwhile like album. Like definitely like one like which like if like you're like a fan like of like the Kinks like is one which is worth having. So yeah, that's been my review of Kinda Kinks. Yeah, hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all next time for the next video. Goodbye.
I never had. The only time I feel alive is when I'm with you. I wonder how long.